All right. Today is 2, 3 subtracting integers. First, let's talk about the Bellringer. Okay. 9 plus negative 10. What do you get for an answer, Riley? Good, negative 1. Nice job. 23 plus negative 5, Carver. Okay. Negative 13 plus positive 13. Yeah, here. 2 plus negative 8. Kathleen. Good job. 19 plus 12. Ryan. Good. Negative 20 plus negative 34. Maddie. Good job. If you can do this, remember, if you can add integers, you can subtract integers. Okay? If you can add, you can subtract. Okay, so before we talk about keep, change, change, I'm somebody that likes to tell you why things work. Okay, I want you to know, I don't want you to just be given a rule and just do it if you don't know why it works. I think sometimes if you know the reason behind it, you're going to remember it. For example, like if you find the area of a triangle and you know why that formula works, and you get to a test, you're like, I can't remember the area of a triangle, but I know this and I know why it worked, you can figure it out. So I'm really a believer that if you know why something works, it's easier for you to figure something out in the future. So what I'm going to do to show you subtracting integers, I'm going to start with tiles and just show you how it works and why it works. And then we'll move into KCC. So, because if you know how it works, then you understand KCC a little better. So, first of all, using tiles, my reds are my negatives, and my yellows are my positives. Okay? And I'm going to first start by just doing a problem, 2 minus negative 3. So how many positives am I going to have up there? 2, right? I'm going to start with 2. Now, if I look at this problem, it tells me I'm going to take away 3 negatives from it, 3 reds. Do I have 3 reds? But do I have 3 reds in this problem? No. I need to figure out a way to put some reds into this problem without changing the problem. What can I do to this problem to put some reds into it, but not change it? Yeah, here? No? Well, okay, yes, but I'm going to show you why that works first. Okay? What can I do to put some reds into this problem and not change the problem? Okay, what am I going to do with that yellow and that red? What is a yellow and a red called? Cancel. What is that called? If I put a 0 pair into this problem, I'm just going to take one and put it in there. They technically cancel, right? But is this still, say, positive 2? Yeah, these cancel. If I add another 0 pair, does it change the problem? Because these cancel. If I add another 0 pair, does it change the problem? But now do I have some reds I can take away? Yeah, let's take them away now. And my answer is positive 5. Okay. Now, if you remember KCC and keep, change, change, and I got to change some signs to figure this out, I just did that by adding that 0 pair. When I change those signs, when I do KCC, that's like me physically adding a 0 pair to it. That's all. You catch what I'm throwing? Okay, I just want to show you why it works. What? Catch what I'm throwing? Let's do another one quick. I just want to show you, okay? We'll do this one. I'm going to first start with negative 1 minus negative 4. So I'm going to start with a negative 1 tile. So I guess a red. Do I have 4 I can take away from here? I only have 1 red. So how many 0 pairs do I need to add to this problem? Do I really need 4? No. Why do I not need 4? Do I already have 1? So how many 0 pairs do I really need? I only need to add 3 0 pairs again. Okay. And now do I have 4 I can take away? Goodbye, 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 goodbye. My answer is positive 3. So when I add that 0 pair in there and I start taking away, that's like me adding and then changing the sign. Okay? So that's why it works. Now, let's get out of here. Let's talk about KCC now for those of you that don't remember. K stands for what? Keep. And then change, change. So if you need to write that in your notebook, write that in your notebook if you're not sure. And I'm just going to move this to the side. Goodbye. So here's the problem I'm going to work on. I'm going to KCC it, what you guys call, I guess. Is that what you call it? Just KCC it. Okay, so some people do it a few different ways. Some people like to write K and then C and then C. Some people, I like to do the box. Remember last year I would do the box and then I do the next two. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. Now when we talk about KCC, we're talking about changing the signs of the things that are in the problem. So if I'm going to keep -8, C, what am I going to do with this then? I'm going to change it to a positive. Change it to a positive. What am I going to do with this one? Change it. Now here's the thing. If I change this middle sign, I have to change the next sign. I can't just say, well, I changed the middle, I made it a positive, or I made it an addition problem, I'm done. You have to change both of them. If you don't, you're not going to get the right answer. So if I look at this and I rewrite it, now what's my answer to this? -2. So if you can add, you can subtract. The only thing that's different is you're just changing some signs for subtraction and it turns into an addition problem. That's it. Remember this from last year? A little bit? Yes? All right, I'm going to add a page here. Okay, whatever. I'm going to show you a few that some people have problems with once in a while, okay? Let's do this. -10 minus 8. Let's KCC this. Okay, so I'm going to keep. What am I going to do with this? Change. Now, this, I don't know why that's happening. A lot of people will not change the next one then. What does this have to be changed to? It has to be a negative then. A lot of people forget that, and then my answer is -18. So if you change a sign, you have to change the next one, whatever it is. Another one that people wonder about once in a while. What's that? Yeah. Yep. Very good. Another, but I'm going to give you an exception here, Carver. Are you ready? Here's the exception to that. If I have 8 minus 11, I know this is going to be a negative answer, right? There's no negatives in it, but I know it's going to be negative. You can still keep, change it if you'd rather see that. Keep, change, change. Now it's 8 plus -11, -3. So whenever you have a negative in your problem and you're subtracting, and if you know, if you can look at it and say this is going to be a negative answer, you can do it. Okay? Okay? Not too hard, right? All right, let's see if you can do some of these for me. Do these for me on your paper. Do these for me. If I were you, I would rewrite the problem and then change my signs. I want you to do that so I can see what you're doing in your I want to see what you're doing in your work. So that's why I really want you to rewrite the problem. You can easily do all these. Done? I'm close. -32 minus 28. Tell me what I'm going to do. I don't know the answer. Just tell me what you're going to do. Evan, what are you going to do? So what are you going to keep and what are you going to change? Right. So what was your answer then? -81 minus 4. Tell me what you're going to do, Carter. good. Tell me what you're going to do. Riley, what are you going to do for the next one? Negative 15 minus negative 25. Very good. Good. Great. And what would you get for an answer? Nice job. Negative 40 minus negative 9. Yeah, here, what are you going to do? Okay. And what was your answer? What are you giggling about? Oh, are you winking at each other making googly eyes? No. Oh. One thing I do want to talk to you about today is a story problem. Okay? They're not hard. Just remember what we talked about, what words mean. Below sea level means what? Minus, negative, okay? Just remember, like if you would draw something, it's negative. So just remember those things. So the highest elevation in the U.S. is 2,893 feet. I made this up. It's not true, okay? So just go with the flow. And above sea level, and the lowest elevation is negative 452 below sea level. What is the range? Now, I want to know how many feet together, basically the difference between the two. Yeah, Brian. Okay, so if you're going to find the range, and usually it'll say what's the difference, is what it's going to say. So 2,893 minus, difference always means minus, and then don't forget, oh, that should be a 5, 52. Don't forget this negative sign right here. Because a lot of people will forget that. They'll just say, oh, minus 4, or they'll just say minus 452. And that's not the right answer, because according to what we learned today, what should you do here? Keep, change, change. So we know that the whole difference between the two is, I don't know, 3,000 some. Okay? So make sure you're reading carefully. Remember, most of today's subtraction. One other thing quick I want to show you is what if you ever have a group of 3? Okay, what if you have a group of 3? Left to right is the easiest thing to do. I wouldn't even do that. I would do left to right and start with two numbers. And I would do my keep, change, change there. And then I get negative 1. And then I bring it down again, and then I'm going to have to still do keep, change, change. Okay? So left to right is really important here. And then don't go change your signs right away, because you don't know what you're even really changing. So first two, get an answer. Then subtract the next whatever. And then if there's another one, then subtract the next one. Questions for me today? Pretty simple. That's a plus. There. Plus. Get your homework out, because I have some stuff I want to show you on that quickly.